The rain poured heavily over the quiet streets of a small town in Texas. Inside a modest, aging house, 62-year-old Daniel sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at his phone. It hadn't rung in days. Once, this house was full of laughter. His wife, Martha, used to hum old songs while cooking. His son Jake would burst through the door after school, throwing his backpack aside and talking endlessly about his dreams. He wanted to become a pilot, but that was years ago. Martha had passed away after a long battle with cancer. The hospital bills had swallowed everything: savings, retirement, even their car. Daniel still remembered the day he had to sell his wedding ring just to afford one more round of treatment. It didn't save her. After she died, the silence became unbearable. Jake, now grown, had moved to New York chasing his dream. At first, he called often. "I'll make you proud, Dad," he used to say. But life got busy. Weeks turned into months. Calls became shorter, then rare, and eventually, they stopped. Daniel tried not to complain. "He's building his life," he would whisper to himself. "That's what matters." One evening, the power got cut off. Daniel sat in darkness, wrapped in an old blanket. He hadn't told Jake about his struggles losing his job, the mounting debts, the loneliness. A father doesn't burden his child, he believed. But that night, something broke inside him. With trembling hands, he dialed Jake's number. It rang and rang, then finally answered. "Dad, I'm in a meeting. Can I call you later?" Daniel paused. His voice shook. "I just wanted to hear your voice." There was a silence on the other end. "I promise I'll call tonight." "Okay, okay," Daniel whispered. But the call never came. That night, Daniel wrote a short letter. "I'm proud of you, son. Always have been. Don't worry about me. Just be happy." The next morning, neighbors noticed something was wrong. The house was too quiet, even for Daniel. When Jake finally saw the missed calls and voicemail days later, his heart dropped. He rushed back home. But it was too late. The house was empty, cold, still. On the kitchen table lay the letter. Jake collapsed to the floor, tears pouring uncontrollably. "I was going to call. I swear I was going to call. But promises don't echo in empty rooms." Years later, Jake became a pilot just like he dreamed. But every time his plane soared above the clouds, he remembered the man who had once held his hand and told him to fly. And deep inside, no matter how high he went, he carried a weight that never left.